stalno u temama zrnom, gdje se naganto botanik na Baltic, ja desna, pa je po Australia, pa je
Used to live over in Greenwich,
so that's how
Donny coming in, it's like,
we're dealing with data, but again she's looking at it.
Is in operation on this service.
Easily find them and it's not that task that
Welcome on board this LNER Azula to Harrogate. We will call at Leeds, Portsmouth and Harrogate. The next station will be Leeds. CCTV is in operation. For cross gates, go.
Hello.
right. Just in the spot here on H.
Okay.
And it's on the ground floor. So it's just in here. There we go. So you are just in room 2.
Okay.
Just in here. Oh. So, nice sunny room. Your
an opportunity for long-term growth and investment.
I think government's role here is providing as much clarity as it possibly can. And I think we're in a fairly new opportunity with a new government to have as long a runway.
Because I am chairman of Make UK, which represents 27,000 manufacturers in the UK. So most of them are owned by Japanese companies, German companies, American. I mean, we do find out what's going on. And without harping on too much of the past, I would put it like this. It's like a tennis game. We start 15 love up because of the language, because of rule of law, because people like living in the UK, and all of those cliched things, but they're real. And the fact is, notwithstanding Brexit shenanigans, Boris Johnson, Partygate, call it what you like, the reality is most people have faith in this country, which is why on the FDI front, the real estate investors love it. As long as they've got income, they know there's not going to be some violent revolution that's going to be turned over. They know it's an international place. And I'm not making light of the billions of investments that have been done, but I don't really call it FDI. And also it's been cheap because our currency has been weak since Brexit. But I don't take away the merit of that, but you have to look upon it. It's not the hard end of foreign direct investment. With due respect to Blackstone, Macquarie, all these people who invested billions here, I thank them for it. But actually, we're talking about real direct investment for new ventures and for expanding companies here, not just taking the IP abroad, which is a big problem. The negative things, which I won't harp on too much, Poppy's alluded to them, yes, I've been all over the world and complaints about planning, connection to the grid, she can go through it, I can go through it, but change of policy is a big thing. A lot of the road to net zero stuff policy changed 3 times, and I do believe this government has made a dramatic improvement in this sector. People know there is stability, a reasonably sensible government, where everyone's political complexions, they're not far left, they're not far right, you may like them or not, you may whinge about national...
20 years ago to over 100,000 now, so it's a huge shift, and that platform starts to drive the ability to then invest more in social housing, in other types of activities, because you already have the bedrock. You've already proven that people want to live there, and then...
UK and everything. And Mr. Toyota, who is the son of the Mr. Toyota, said, and he didn't speak much English, but he learned to speak to Theresa May. And he said, Mrs. May, he said, I tell you 2 things. First of all, he said, the only reason we're in this country is because of the greatest European of all time. This is Margaret Thatcher, who persuaded my father that by coming to the UK, they could sell the products as if one country everywhere. Fine. He said, the second thing, he said, you must understand, all of my board read the Times every day online. Now, what is going on with Brexit? And I'm afraid I've picked up that a lot, even with infrastructure investors as well, international one. Not the most sophisticated sovereign wealth funds and things. They've got tons of people that advise them all the time. But when interviewing smaller prospective investors, well, I say small, still talking hundreds of millions, family offices and funds, I think they're very conscious of all this kind of thing.
Army, did you want to competition away?
A group who might be interested and then see if it's of interest and
And I'm doing some good. Look at what I'm talking about.
Is that why you're avoiding the Homes England stuff?
No, I was going to say.
Stakeholders together, having an agreed strategy, agreed KPIs for a project, and common purpose. But I think
We were supposed to generate 8.2 million of profits, and the decision was therefore made to build that scheme. Punchline, if you were trying to do it again today, you'd be generating a loss of 6.2 million, right? That's a 14.4 million gap.
I was telling loads of people about it.
An area that you're interested in, outdoor space, good natural light, buildings which fundamentally have good bones. So there's an ability to create good quality assets from that, and we're seeing some really incredible things. So talking to specific communities, we own a building in Manchester. We're taking the end of trip to a level where
softer amenities in terms of the welcome, the meet and greet. We're looking at something called host score in terms of how people come into the office. And I think that's a big factor that we're feeling, pulling people in to the spaces. So yes, it's wonderful providing amenities, but I also think we need to focus more on.
Good morning. Thank you. Thank you.
Companies where they are still one of very few nations that could be useful in our organisation.
And that's absolutely the answer that Real Estate Balance got from the last survey, is what?
I think I'm here for this one. Yeah. Still ongoing? Yeah. Thank you.
You just have to go left when you get in there. Thank you.
Straight in here?
Go round here and then straight left.
Thank you. Oh, sorry.
I mean, I guess one of the things that we try to take as an approach, we're not there by any means yet, is how across the council we can all be singing to the same hymn sheet, if you like. So the services we provide, be it planning, really big lever, that's at our disposal, using that well, and we frame it as being an adaptive approach to planning, which is essentially we're open for business, and I think if we were using the government's current jargon, it would be builders, not blockers, but really putting that into practice. So we are collaborative, responsive. Our leader would frame it as entrepreneurial municipal government. So basically councils working innovatively, creatively.
Sheffield and Rotherham, and it's about how do we actually lever in that as an opportunity as well. So I think for me the key point really is that collaboration is such an exciting opportunity. So many avenues that we can actually take this down, and I think it's just about really working for the mutual beneficial of both Hammersmith and Fulham, Barnsley, but ultimately.
I don't know. There's that could be a question to choose.
So we are a delivery vehicle for Warwickshire County Council, so we're a local authority-owned company. And what we're about really is adding value to the council portfolio with an objective to deliver more homes in the county and more commercial space in the county. And we currently have a pipeline of around 2,500 homes represented and square foot of commercial space that will be
there's a lot that can be done, and I think we're only really just getting to the start of how we can embrace that change and use it to our best advantage.
Yeah, I probably similar to Taylor Wimpey. You know, we're certainly looking at it. We're looking at it from a process point of view. So by way of an example, our land directors write packs to our land committee. How can we shorten that process? How can we use AI? How can we use Copilot to help us do that?
Just going back to the greenfield, brownfield debate, and I often worry with new policies like brownfield first or renewed focus on policy, unintended consequence. Is there a danger with all this pressure, 1.5 million homes, 5-year land supply, talk of appeal, lots of those brownfield sites are currently in employment land, and we don't have a standard method for assessing employment land needs and protection or the evidence base for those. It's often the last half day of a public examination thinks about, oh, should we think about employment land? Is there a danger of unintended consequences? We do too much on the brownfield land that actually we need for other uses. And maybe we do need to think about the plan-making system protecting some of those sites, even if that means a slightly higher percentage of new homes on greenfield sites, but they're just incredibly well designed.
I think for us, it highlights the importance of strategic planning. We welcome the move back to strategic planning, and we think that when we're looking at urban extensions and when we're looking at delivery.
Thank you to our panellists, thank you so much.
Thank you, Chantal.
Thank you. And this was my first chair. I was so
Well done.
nervous.